It's Hugo and Jake, they're coming to take a look at the Qur'an. So make no mistake, it's gonna be great, delivering more than comedy, that's what they wanna be. But honestly, it's fact from fiction, leaving lasting hits. When Hugo and Jake take faith and illustrate contradictions, create apostates to be great atheists, make people who believe see the world in a different way. What's on the episode today? Take it away, Hugo and Jake. Loving the way they're splitting the fact from the fake, attempting to make those who hold faith reevaluate and wake up. But they just stay stuck and haters wait and stay in place, no time to waste. The Qur'an reloaded with Hugo and Jake.
Hello everyone, I'm Hugo.
And I'm Jake.
And this is the Qur'an Reloaded, and we're here to read more Islami stuff in the Qur'an. So.
It's gonna be extra Arab today. Because we're dealing with Arab Muslims. Don't give me this, no, Muslims are Arab. Muhammad was. This is where it was written. This is like, you just reappropriated that shit, Asian Islanders.
So anyway,
fucking racists.
Today we're continuing in the third surah, which is, again, the family of Imran. Today we're talking about some stuff. I don't know. I haven't read it yet. I guess we're going to find out.
The good thing about the way that the Quran is set up is that every chapter gets shorter than the one before it. So there's a silver lining. Pretty soon it's going to be just one chapter. It's going to go, I don't know, bomb faggots. Next chapter.
No,
we'll move on. And then it'll be like, hey, be really nice to people that visit your house, though.
That's what happened to ISIS. They're more fans of short stories. They can't handle long-form content. Anyway, third surah, verse 91. As for those who disbelieve and die disbelievers, even the earth full of gold would not be accepted from any of them. Were he to offer it for ransom, these will have a painful torment and will have no saviors. God against the gold standard officially. He's with Nixon on that one. You will not attain virtuous conduct until you give what you cherish. Whatever you give away, God is aware of it.
It's like the rings of Akhenaten in Doctor Who.
Yeah, gotta give away your favorite things.
Right. If you don't know, in that Doctor Who episode, currency is just something that you have that means a lot to you. They trade in sentimental value. Doctor Who ripped off the Quran. So
I always wondered why Clara died via suicide bombing.
God damn it, Moffat!
All food was permissible to the children of Israel, except what Israel forbade for itself before the Torah was revealed.
So that's not, you can't just say all food was permissible except for the food that's not. That's not a sentence that you should be writing.
It's fine, you just gotta do, as long as there's two categories, they can be the opposite. It's fine, even if categorically it doesn't make sense and one cancels out the other, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Literally every culture has food that is permissible and also food that is not. For instance, we can't eat babies. Even though we would like to subsist on a diet strictly based on baby.
Man, that leg meat, so tender. It's like veal.
I prefer like the pituitary glands, because they're really pumping at that age. It's like an oyster.
Say, bring the Torah, read it if you are truthful. Whoever forges lies about God after that, these are the unjust. So...
Christians and Muslims.
Christians and Muslims.
Everyone but us. We're the only ones reading these books.
Say, God has spoken the truth, so follow the religion of Abraham, the monotheist. He was not pagan. He certainly wasn't a Muslim either, but whatever, guys. You keep telling yourself that. The first house established of mankind is the one at Becca, a blessed guidance for all people. In it are evident signs. The station of Abraham. Whoever enters it attains security. Pilgrimage to the house is a duty to God, for all those who can make the journey. But as for those who refuse, God is independent of the worlds. So... go to Mecca if you can, see the thing that Abraham supposedly built, but if not, fuck it. That's a pretty... fuck it then, I guess. I'm lazy, so if I was a Muslim, I totally wouldn't go. I'd be like, I can't go, there's too many Doritos here, there aren't Hot Pockets in the Middle East. I guess in the Middle East, every pocket is a Hot Pocket.
I was gonna say that same exact thing.
Oh, we're garbage. We're garbage. Say, oh, people of the scripture, why do you reject the revelations of God when God witnesses what you do?
Well, we don't witness what God does. That would help, I think.
Yeah, I'd be on board with that. I'd be like, oh, shit, look at that.
Like, oh, wow, he just killed all those people. I mean, I'm not happy about it, but I do believe that thing exists.
O you who believe, if you obey a party of those who are given the scripture, they will turn you after your belief into disbelievers. And how could you disbelieve when God's revelations are being recited to you, and among you is his messenger? Whoever cleaves to God has been guided on the straight path.
Okay, so basically, how you people listening right now, how can you possibly be atheists or just non-believers of Islam while we're reading these to you? Don't you hear these amazing words? They have food that is allowed and also food that is not allowed. Praise be upon him.
O you who believe, revere God with due reverence, and do not die except as Muslims. You better fucking die. If you're gonna die, it better be as a Muslim. Don't you fucking die.
Well,
as a
I was
Jew.
thinking about dying, but right now I am very much into Krishna. So I've chosen against it and will therefore hold off my death. I'll just stop this bleeding. That's fine.
And hold fast to the rope of God altogether, and do not become divided. And remember, God's blessings upon you, how you were enemies, and he reconciled your hearts. And by his grace you became brethren. And you were on the brink of a pit of fire, and he saved you from it. In fairness, it was his pit of fire, and he was the one poking you on the edge.
Right.
But still.
That's like a kidnapper, like, taking you out of the trunk and being like, okay, just go. Well, you kidnapped me, though. That's not really, like... It's not an overall net positive. I'm just throwing that out there.
You're welcome. Praise me. Carl, your kidnapper.
Is that like a letter they wrote? Like,
no, he talks like that. He is crazy. He's a kidnapper who let you go. He's just nuts.
That's fair.
God thus clarifies his revelations for you so that you may be guided, and let there be among you a community calling to virtue and advocating righteousness and deterring from evil. These are the successful.
Yeah, that's not this, though, right? This is not... This community is definitely not calling to virtue, advocating righteousness, and especially not deterring from evil.
Fuck no. They are successful, though. Saudi Arabia doing very well. All their douchebags with their gold-plated cars.
I mean, that's just because they were, like, put Islam in any other place besides on top of a fucking oil field. How are they doing in fucking Africa?
They are. I'm not even kidding. They are super lucky that shit went down. They are so lucky, dude. When shit switches over, and we're always going to need petroleum for certain products, at least for the time being, because it's in plastics and stuff. But as far as a fuel source, when we start switching over, I cannot wait to see Saudi. I feel bad for the innocent people, but the ruling class in Saudi Arabia, fuck them, and fuck the people there who are funding terrorism.
Honestly, if you're against Islam, and especially the radical version, a lot of that would be taken care of if we just switched from fossil fuels. Now China's still going to be there, but we won't, and we're huge in that. And then also after that, drugs. No more drugs unless we grow them ourselves. We should legalize drugs and not be dependent on oil. Then we'll be super high and biking everywhere. It's great. Can you imagine being happy while doing exercise? Wouldn't that be weird?
You know what would go good with his heroin? Binging Netflix.
To be fair, your commute is literally 10 feet.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's true. From the couch to my office. Yeah, fair. But I'm really far from my kitchen, and that's where the frozen food is, so...
It's a tough life, you know?
Yeah. And do not be like those who separated and disputed after the clear proofs came to them. For them is great punishment. Again, name drop in the clear proofs. At best this chapter, they mentioned the I want to say the Kaaba, but everyone's told us it's the Kaaba, whatever, Kaaba. That's not a proof. At best, you have a cube of Theseus situation where it's been rebuilt a bunch of times. Nothing in that proves what it is or that it's holy. You have a big box in the desert. Honestly, though, the hotels I've heard are fantastic around there. So
really,
yeah, it's because everyone has to go there from the Middle East.
That makes sense.
It's actually some Muslims are really mad about it because it's becoming super commercialized, and they're building a bunch of hotels and resorts around it. If you've seen recent pictures, it's actually really funny.
I hope no one blows that up instead of Roman architecture.
Say what you will about the Vatican, which is full of kid touchers and whatnot, but at the very least, there isn't a Trump hotel right outside the wall. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fair. And also it's a palace.
Yeah.
So, and tons of kid touching.
Yeah.
There's probably rooms for that shit.
That's honestly every pedophile must be thinking to himself, man, That's how you do it. You have your own little tiny country.
Well, kid touching country, and then everyone's like waiting for smoke and shit. It's weird.
On the day when some faces will be whitened and some faces will be blackened, as for those whose faces are blackened, did you disbelieve after your belief? Then taste the punishment for having disbelieved. By blackened faces, they mean burning. Your flesh is burning to the point where you are basically barbecued alive. So
Right, and whitened, I assume, means awash with the heavenly glow.
Yeah.
Or we could just pretend it's racist. It's not. You could pretend it, though.
I often spend my time pretending things are racist when they're not, because I spend most of my time on the internet. But as for those whose faces are whitened, they are in God's mercy, remaining in it forever, whether they want to or not.
That sounds fucking terrible.
Yeah.
We've talked about the eternity thing before, but just think about someone, like, you're allowed to live forever and you get whatever you want, but every day, like, they're just kind of over your shoulder, like, so how you like in paradise? And you're like, oh, it's pretty cool, God. And God's like, yeah, you're right. You're goddamn right. It's cool. It's fucking heaven, man. And then he's just always there. And then you kind of gotta suck his dick. Like, probably not literally, although that would make sense.
He always wants to play. He always reserves the badminton court for you, but you're like, you've told him a million times, I don't like badminton. But he's like, no, just come on, play with me. And he clearly wants to be doubles partners, but you're not having it.
Right. And he's like super good at badminton and always destroys you.
Yeah.
He's like that gym teacher in 8th grade that just would play dodgeball even though he shouldn't. Destroy all the kids.
It's probably just because he hates the kids, yeah. I get
You guys are a bunch of pussies! Fucking get your dodgeball game tight. I literally had a gym teacher like that once.
Oh.
Mr. K. I won't say his real name. But yeah, he was a douchebag. And I remember one time, one of my friends, Kyle, he got really mad at the gym teacher guy because he was just being a douchebag. And then Kyle walks up to Mr. K and goes, "You do realize that you're a gym teacher, right?" And Mr. K is like, "What'd you say to me?" He goes, "You're a gym teacher. This is your peak." Like, it was fantastic. It was huge. They almost fought and shit. It was great.
That's hilarious. What's he gonna do? Send him to the office? What did you say to him?
And by the way, now Kyle is very successful, which is even better.
That's awesome. I have, like, if you're a gym teacher and that's your job, that's awesome. But if you're a douchebag, fuck you.
Right. Like, I can't think of a better job. I mean, this job's probably better, but another job, like just playing dodgeball all day, or like just hanging out in gym shorts.
What do gym teachers like? Okay, normal teachers, I totally get. They're working on lesson plans and grading papers and parental stuff, and they're having to keep up with, their certifications.
Dude.
But a gym teacher, their lesson plan consists of, we're playing basketball this week.
Right. Yeah. No, it's great. It's so great. I would love to be a gym teacher.
It's not even like they have to stay in shape because there are tons of fat gym teachers, so it's not like
everyone's eligible.
Oh,
it's amazing.
What the fuck?
What are we doing? We should be gym teachers.
Let's be gym teachers. We'd probably make about the same, if not maybe more.
Can you imagine me as a gym teacher? What are we doing today, Mr. Jake? I don't know. Fuck it. Just do whatever you want. I don't care. I really don't. You guys want to smoke some weed? Can we do that, Mr. Jake? I don't know, but I have some. Like, you're almost 18. It's fine. We're 14. It's close.
It's a lot.
I'm not even a huge stoner, but apparently gym teacher me is a mega stoner.
These are the revelations of God. We recite them to you in truth. God desires no injustice for mankind, except the whole eternity of fire thing if you don't, do what he says.
Right, well, that's different. They're fucking assholes.
To God belongs everything in the heavens and everything on earth, and to God all events are referred. Every event. Every single one.
Can you imagine how boring that would be? Like, episode 1 of Breaking Bad comes out, and you go, spoilers. He dies at the end. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nothing ever excites you. This is why he plays us like pawns and burns people. That's all he's got.
You are the best community that ever emerged from humanity.
Ooh, that's a low bar. What does that make us? Should we suicide bomb more people? I don't understand.
I don't know.
I think we should. You know what we should do instead of we have to upgrade from burqa. We should put them in shells.
Giant shell.
Giant shells.
If you're a woman and you want to go out, you got to be in a box, like not a cardboard box, a solid box, and you have to be wheeled around on a dolly.
Yeah,
like
that's great. And when you want to be, and when you would like to speak, you have to submit a request form.
But you're not allowed to learn how to write either. So
right,
we have to kind of infer what you're trying to say.
We'll make them color coded. It'll be fine.
You advocate for what is moral and forbid what is immoral and believe in God. One of the things they just said is true. Had the people of the scripture believed, it would have been better for them. Among them are the believers, but most of them are sinners.
Okay. Carry on.
They will do you no harm beyond insulting you, and if they fight you, they will turn around and flee. They will not be helped.
Except when you get bombed all the time. You're welcome.
Israel is known for their cowardly treatment of the Palestinians.
Yeah.
Their cruise missile cowardice.
Right. SEAL Team 6.
Ugh.
They never, they have a history of nonviolence.
Did you see Israel is actually because they have a right-wing government right now. They're giving tax breaks to companies that are going to make illegal settlements encroaching even more on Palestinian land. It's fucked up.
Wow.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck anymore.
Yay, Israel.
This total fucking bullshit. The U.S. needs to put its foot down and be like, dude, come on. Sit the fuck down, you assholes. They shall be humiliated wherever they are encountered. Yeah, I guess that kind of explains Woody Allen. He's a funny dude. That explains why Jews are so funny. It was supposed to be targeted humiliation, but everyone's like, oh, these guys are just really funny. Let's give them every good comedian and creative person. Except through a rope from God, and a rope from the people, and they incurred wrath from God, and were stricken with misery. That is because they rejected God's revelations, and killed the prophets unjustly. That is because they rebelled and committed aggression.
So the Jews killed Jesus.
Yeah.
And that was a bad thing.
Yeah.
And they committed the aggression first. They drew first blood!
It's a good movie.
Every time I imagine Danny DeVito doing that, though, now.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Always Sunny.
I remember that episode. Anyway, so yeah, that's the Qur'an for this episode. Next time we'll be back and we'll do more of that. We're getting close to the end of the third surah, though we have quite a bit to go. Probably 2 or 3 episodes, depending on how on focus we are. So, well, it's true. I'm honest with them. I know what this is. I know what I'm about. Do you guys hear that that zoo is asking people to stop making memes about Harambe?
Meaning, we would request all the Harambe memes.
Yes.
Please bring them in even harder. Hashtag dicks out for TBR. Which comes full circle because we're doing a fundraiser to defeat the Cristiano Bros. I'm assuming you've heard of it already. But if you haven't, hey, check out this video right here. It explains the situation. We almost got mega fucked by a Christian film company. And then if you click the link right there, there's a link to the GoFundMe, or it's also down in the description if you're on mobile like a plebe.
Yeah. So you can always follow us on Twitter at Bible Reloaded.
You can follow Hugo at Hugo Reloaded, and you can also subscribe to this channel because we provide you with quality entertainment. And you really like gym teacher jokes.
You can always donate to our Patreon campaign. We do a once-a-month patron-only hangout, which we actually should do soon. So
we are, and I might have a puppy. So if you join the Patreon hangout, you can see me hold my puppy for an hour.
Yeah, it's a cute-ass puppy. I saw a picture of it. It's a very cute puppy. I couldn't get that puppy, though. Looks like it has long hair.
It'll be fine. I'm gonna, we'll see what happens.
I only vacuum like once every 3 weeks, so
that's not enough times per week.
Nope. Anyway,
that's it.
My girlfriend sheds a lot. She's almost like a puppy.
Do you pet her? Do you brush her every day?
Until next time, I'm Hugo.
Okay, at least put the water dish up higher. She's a human.
Yeah, I gotta start cracking eggs to ensure a sheen on her coat.
Jick.
Bible Reloaded. I compared my girlfriend to a dog. That's fucked up.
It's actually Quran Reloaded.
Oh, this is the Quran Reloaded.